Hi guys, Dennette Bailey here. I'm here at Bailey Preschool and I wanted to show you some aspects of my classroom. I thought in particular you teachers or childcare providers or homeschool moms might find this video interesting or helpful. I wanted to address the wall aesthetics, what I call wall aesthetics. I am noticing in the field of education, even in my older children's classrooms, middle school, and throughout high school, I've been noticing that the teachers are really into the decorating, and I've heard it called the Pinterest effect, if you will. But basically, it's where the teachers really go over and beyond to decorate the classrooms. And my concern is that it's just not aesthetically pleasing. It can be overstimulating to the students. And so I just wanted to encourage you um, while we're decorating and while we're trying to make our classrooms look appealing for the students, to also take into consideration that it's aesthetically appealing, that it's not overstimulating for the students. Just think about how we live in our own homes. Most of us, we do not have every inch of every wall covered. Certainly, we all have that relative that really loves their family and they have a wall where the whole wall is plastered with pictures. They may even have a room where the whole room is plastered, but not every single space, not every wall is covered so that there's no blank space in the home. And so I think that we should take that into consideration. How do we live and how can we have children experience that in their classrooms as well, just to ease that transition from home to school. So I'm going to show you just not my whole preschool, just some walls and to try to explain what it is that I'm talking about. So I'm going to get up here. So if you see here, now this is our reading room, and this is probably the main wall in the reading room, meaning that when you come in the room, this will be the first wall that you see. And so at the top of the room, I have a sight word caterpillar. And so it's just circles that were cut out and laminated, and the sight words are on there. And it's very helpful because uh, we can use it just like we use the ABCs, and we go, can, no, me, up, see, was not, will to, for, this, here, are, down. And so, it can help them. Of course, that's rote memorization, but that will also help them in learning their sight words. And then down below, you see I have some very interesting posters. They have the months of the year, the days of the week, and usually what would happen is that posters might be posted more like this on the wall, where we have our classroom rules. But trying to be aesthetically pleasing, again, I have framed them, and they're a little off center because I initially started out with just four and added five, and I'm not going to change them until I make sure that I have exactly the amount of posters on the wall that I want. But you can see that I frame these, and so each poster having that black outline in between and that white space in between the wall just helps to gravitate the eye towards what I want them to see and gives them some space in between. Here, for example, on this space, on this wall, right next to that, there's another poster. It's not framed, but it's just one poster, and you can see the word read above it. Now, notice that the word read is in white, just like the wall. It's not a color. And again, trying to be aesthetically pleasing, it's going to make the child pay attention to that word, but not be so jarring that we have just so many colors all over the wall. Um, Again, we turn around and we have another sight word caterpillar at the top of the wall. Now, do notice how the door here, or wall space, it is plain. There's nothing on it. We just have our wind chimes to get us ready for our morning meeting. If you can see that. And then we have space here for parents to sign in, another blank area. And then in this same room at the top, you will see that the wall is blank. We have a whiteboard here, and we have our daily schedule, but the rest of the wall is just plain. Then we turn around and we have an actual piece of art, a little child here reading a book. Again, everything above and beneath the wall plain. And then as we move back, there is a display shelf, and it has clear containers so that we can see things that we need. The things that I don't want the little ones, because this is a preschool for children starting at the age of 3. Maybe things that I don't want them to get their hands on, like those little beads and the erasers, so I can see them and I can be reminded of things that I want to use, and it can look pretty without it being low. And also we have our theme. We might put theme items up there. So it's the start of the school year. Right now we have titles of books about going to school, friends at school, and if you take a mouse to school. So that display board is used to display items of the month. Like for example, in October, we'll put some pumpkins up there, etc. But you can see here that there's a concentration wall, and that's how it should be. I have several rooms, but if you had a large room, you want to have a concentration wall, and then your other walls not being so busy and just being aesthetically pleasing. If we come around, you can see this room goes out into a hall, and we do have the alphabet up at the top. But again, the plain wall beneath. And we could put a couple of pictures, maybe some artwork that the kids did, but again, it wouldn't be plastered all over the wall. Okay, so I just want to encourage you again, the classroom should be something that the students want to explore, that they walk up to something to see, oh, I see fish here. There's some yellow fish and green fish, and as opposed to there's so much that they can't point anything out. You do want to have some low posters here. For example, we have our classroom rules, and I'm totally against the hands to yourself, sit quiet, don't say anything. So our rules should say things like do our best, believe in ourselves, ask for help, be kind to everyone, be a good listener. And then we have a blank space for each class, the class that will um, list their own rule of cooperation, basically, and help. But anyway, that's what I just wanted to show you. I want to encourage you to decorate, of course, and show all of your talents and encourage the students to have spaces where they show their talents. But again, to be aesthetically pleasing, not so overstimulating. And I hope this was helpful to you. Thanks a bunch.